Famoso ator revela os podres de Hollywood. Lady Gaga conta um grande segredo.
And I will not say his name.
Orlando Brown conta os podres envolvendo Will Smith e também a Raven. Eita lasqueira, fala galera, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo do canal. Esse que vocês estão vendo na tela é o ator Corey Feldman. Talvez você não esteja lembrando dele, mas se você tem um pouquinho mais de idade como eu, vai lembrar porque ele fez muito sucesso. Para vocês terem uma ideia, essa é a quantidade de filmes que ele fez. Ou seja, desde criança ele está envolvido ali com vários famosos diretores de Hollywood. Tem dois filmes marcantes que ele fez. Esse que vocês estão vendo na tela é o Conta Comigo e esse outro é Os Goonies.
Certo. No colégio a gente se fala.
Aposto que vocês pensaram que eu ia deixar cair, né? Ah, eu sei que vocês iam pensar isso do titio aqui.
Ai, meu Deus! Ai, meu Deus! Se não fosse ela, você não estaria aqui. Cala a boca, Bocão!
Cala essa boca, Bocão.
Algum de vocês já ouviu falar de Detroit?
O Corey Feldman deu uma entrevista contando que quando ele tinha 14 anos de idade, ele sofreu na mão dos abutres de Hollywood, que são alguns diretores e chefões ali do mundo do entretenimento.
I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. That's the biggest problem for children in this industry.
The casting couch even applies to children.
Oh yeah. Not in the same way. It's all done under the radar.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh yeah. I was surrounded by them when I was 14 years old. Surrounded. Literally. Didn't even know it. It wasn't until I was old enough to realize what they were and what they wanted and what they were about and the types of people that were surrounding me till I went, oh my God, they were everywhere like vultures.
Vultures who Feldman says abused him and his best friend, the late child actor Corey Haim, his co-star in The Lost Boys.
Well, what happens if my mom is dating the head vampire?
Feldman says the trauma of that pedophilia contributed to Haim's death.
There's one person to blame in the death of Corey Haim, and that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul. And that person needs to be exposed, but unfortunately I can't be the one to do it. But the person that knows who did it and knows who he is watching right now, I guarantee you. Yeah.
Intriguing.
Yeah. There was a circle of older men that surrounded themselves around this group of kids. And they all had either their own power or connections to great power in the entertainment industry.
Feldman won't name names. And he admits his friend had a struggle with addiction, which he says was a mechanism to cope with his demons.
It was a symptom.
It was a symptom, correct.
Are we in it?
In 2008, the two Coreys confronted each other on their reality show about the dark past they shared.
You let me get around in my life, man, raped, so to speak, when I was about 14 and a half, and I'm saying this right now. What'd you do, man, when you saw that going down when I was 14 to me? What'd you do? You knew about it.
You want to talk about the truth? Okay, well then let's talk about the truth. I was being molested at the same time by somebody else. What'd you do? You know, there's a lot of good people in this industry, but there's also a lot of really, really sick, corrupt people in this industry. And there are people in this industry who have gotten away with it for so long that they feel they're above the law. And that's got to change. That's got to stop.
We contacted Corey Haim's mother. In an email, she said, "I'm not willing to discuss or respond to anything Corey Feldman has to say. I wish he would talk about himself only and leave my son out of it."
Is there a dark side to child stardom?
Definitely. I think a lot of kids don't really want to do it. I think that the parents want to do it more than the kids.
Chris Snyder says for most child stars, it's the parents that can cause more damage. And he would know, having managed with his late boss Iris Burton some of the most iconic child stars, including Feldman, River Phoenix, and Drew Barrymore.
The biggest problem in the whole thing is when the parents start to live through the kids and quit their jobs and buy expensive houses, buy expensive cars, and the parents aren't understanding it's not going to go on forever, and it just wrecks everything.
Feldman's parents managed his career until the money came between them.
I got legally emancipated by going to the Producer's Pension Health and Welfare Plan myself at 14 years old and saying, what were my earnings and what's left? Earnings, by the time I was 13 years old, $1 million, which is really not that much money, but in those days it was, you know, in the late 70s, early 80s, that was a good chunk of change.
And how much was left?
$40,000. And guess what? When I went in for the emancipation trial, my father said, since I spent my time with you on your last film and took it away from my office where I should have been focused, instead, I'm going to ask you for that $40,000 back as repayment for the money that I lost in my business.
You had to pay your dad?
Correct. You can check the court filings. That was a fact. Wow. So I started at zero at 15 years old, coming out of the hole.
We asked the court for the records, but they're sealed. In a statement, Corey's father, Bob Feldman, told us any money that the court awarded is a fraction of his claim. And this was a reimbursement for strictly professional expenses, for instance, private school, a publicist, professional wardrobe, traveling expenses, and lots more. This helped to save his career while he was in trouble with drug problems. I thought I was doing the best for my son, and I am always here for him. Child stardom is not a dream Feldman has for his own son.
I'll see you in a minute.
He is, after all, one of the few stars who doesn't let his child get photographed on the red carpet.
Would you ever put your own kid into the industry?
No, absolutely not.
Never?
Never. I believe that everybody in this world should have the freedom of choice.
And child stars don't?
Child stars have nothing. They have nothing. They have no choice. I was never taught how to have a family. I was never taught how to raise a child because I wasn't raised properly. I was never taught how to care for somebody because I was never shown genuine love. I was shown business. This is what you do. Here's how you read a contract. I knew how to read a contract by 10 years old, but I didn't know what it meant for somebody to come in and tell me they love me and kiss me goodnight. That's a problem.
Esse que vocês estão vendo na tela é o Orlando Brown nos dias de hoje. E quem é Orlando Brown? Pra quem se lembra, ele participou da série As Visões da Raven. Eu confesso que eu amava essa série desde criança, desde adolescente. Eu gostava muito dessa série e eu lembrava dele. Muita gente já sabe do que aconteceu com ele e o Will Smith. Só que eu consegui uma entrevista dele que ele deu mais detalhes e contou sobre outros atores também. Pra quem não tá por dentro da história, preste atenção nessa matéria. Orlando Brown, astro da Disney, acusa Will Smith dele quando criança. O ator juvenil, agora aos 32 anos de idade, também afirma ser um filho abandonado de Michael Jackson. Ou seja, galera, além de ele ter denunciado Will Smith, que eu já comentei aqui que o cara, eu tô com muita raiva do Will. O Will já era pra mim, eu não assisto mais nada dele, pelo que ele fez com essas pessoas e também com Jaden Smith, o seu próprio filho. Isso me magoou e muito, e o Will já era pra mim. Mas prestem atenção no que o Orlando Brown disse.
And when Diddy got locked up, Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your butthole received. That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will. With Will Smith getting the Will Smith. You ain't heard the Will Smith footage?
Yeah.
Alright, Will Smith. Then they got the Carl Winslow. Yeah, they got a lot, bro. There's a lot coming out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just keep it to you 1,000, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jaleel White was Reginald Will Johnson for a very long time.
Pra você entender o que ele disse, Meek Mill é esse outro cantor, esse rapper é americano, que quando o Diddy foi preso, existiram boatos de que ele ofereceu ali $100 mil para alguém provar que ele não tinha nada a ver com o Diddy. Ou seja, na verdade ele já estava envolvido, dizem que ele ia nas festas do Diddy, e quando ele viu que a casa estava caindo pro lado dele, tentou sair fora. Além disso, Orlando Brown disse pro Vlad, quem que é o Vlad? O Vlad é o apresentador ali que está entrevistando o Orlando, e Carl Winslow é um ator que fez várias séries aí de comédia nos Estados Unidos. E aparentemente o Will tinha pegado ele também. Eu espero que vocês tenham entendido nesse pegado.
I'm 3J, nigga. Yeah. Jaleel White was Raven Johnson for a very long time. They're just calling him Diddy. Jaleel White has been a monster from day one. Jaleel White, yes. Jaleel White, the nigga my mama had to check in the wardrobe room, you know, because nigga was calling me Monkey Black and Money Black and all this old shit, you know what I'm saying? Making me cry before I go on the set, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, like Jaleel White, the same motherfucker that my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Jaleel White, the motherfucker has been trailing me for years. Every single thing that I do, every single thing that I say, everywhere that I go, Jaleel White, yeah, nobody wanted to work with him ever again, so...
Jaleel White, para quem não conhece, é esse que vocês estão vendo aí na tela. Ele também é um produtor americano, comediante e ator. Ele já trabalhou com muita gente, inclusive com Orlando Brown, Will Smith, e aparentemente ele e o Will haviam pegado o Carl Winslow. Cara, eu tô de boca aberta, porque eu não sabia que isso rolava por trás das câmeras. Eu tinha noção que essas coisas aconteciam no cinema, na música, mas essas minisséries que passam na TV nos anos 90, anos 2000, é pior do que eu pensava. Ou seja, para vocês verem como é o mundo podre do entretenimento. Isso não é só nos Estados Unidos, isso acontece em vários países, praticamente todos. E isso também aconteceu com a Lady Gaga, galera. Ela sim afirmou, ela afirma que um produtor, que ela não quis revelar o nome, tentou fazer algo com ela também.
She said to me, "Take your clothes off." And I said no. And I left. And they told me they were gonna burn all my music. And they didn't stop. They didn't stop asking me, and then I just froze and I don't even remember. And I will not say his name. I understand this Me Too movement. I understand that some people feel really comfortable with this, and I do not. I do not ever want to face that person again.
Além desses podres que vocês acabaram de ouvir, o Orlando Brown também contou sobre a Raven. Essa que vocês estão vendo na tela é a Raven, das visões da Raven. O nome dela real realmente é Raven Simone. O Orlando contou que ela desde criança era usada por famosos de Hollywood.
All right, Orlando, to close it out, if I just have to ask you, if you was to sum up your career in one word, what word would that be?
Heaven.
Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. Well, you already know what it is, man. We ain't got to get no Instagrams. We ain't got to get no shout outs, man. You already know we got them on the couch, man. Orlando Brown, any last words you want to give before we close you out?
Hey, man, trans rights are human rights.
Is there anybody that you want to see on this couch?
Yeah, some truth from somebody.
I want to see Raven Simone on this couch.
Oh, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, you gonna get on this couch, Raven?
Come on now.
Oh, Raven. I'm looking dead at you.
Looking in your soul.
Oh, Raven. Yeah, just call Raven, nigga. Fuck.
That's next.
How is Raven when you yell cut? When they yell cut, is she the same person that she's on camera? How you explain Raven Simone?
That pussy bomb, bro.
Wait, all you when he asked that, all you thought about was her.
That
That's some powerful shit.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, bro, like, you know, we can joke and play, but you know, the artistry comes from knowing that, you know, people do a great job when we get on camera. You know, that's me, Raven, Annalisa, whatever the case may be. Raven been going through a lot, bro. She been trying to kill me. She kidnapped my kids, all kind of shit. She been doing some fucked up shit.
So it's kind of hard for her to come out and everybody knows she been doing fucked up shit for so long. Only thing I can say is, you know, I'm just like, you know, a bigger star than Raven now. She's gonna have to answer one way or another, whether she comes sit on your couch or not.
I would love to hear Raven's truth of her perception of her life.
That is deep. You know, she's been being for a long time. Since a kid, she's been being, you know, her mom, dad, nobody give a fuck about her, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares, bro. No,
Did you ever get into it with Chris?
Her dad?
Yeah.
I never got into it with my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Pops, bro. Like, I never got into it with Chris. Chris is Raven Simone.
Hey. That's some real shit. And she's Chris. I can only assume. That's deep. So this is not the last y'all heard of Orlando Brown. I mean, this is one of many that's about to come through. And I think people on our platform, they're craving for the truth. They're craving to look past the screen they put in front of us.
Yeah, man. You know, but that's the Uncle Timothy in me, man. My Uncle Timothy Harrison, man. Timmy gonna kill me. My daddy gonna kill me. Hey, man. You know, my Uncle Tim, bro. He started walking again and stuff. You know, and a lot of the stuff that I do, I like to keep him in mind. Because if I fuck up, he gonna kill me. So, and that's on hypocrite. But you know, I'm just happy to be around, and I'm just happy at the questions you're asking me, and it makes all sense in the world. So.
No, thank you. And lastly, you know, the same way the Matrix ended, where Neo hung up the phone and said, you know, I'm going to show the world the real, and then flew off. Do you feel the world is ready for the wool to be pulled over their eyes and see the real behind human nature and what you see behind what they put in front of us in the media and things like that?
Well, I don't think they're ready, but that's the great part about it. You know, you're gonna have to run into some things in order to find out that this world is real. You know, instead of seeing just the Burger King and the Chick-fil-A and the McDonald's. So it's just like, dude, yeah. So me personally, I just feel like the elevation of man definitely has to take a little bit of time. Elevation of man, you know, we're not perfect yet. Elevation of woman, we're not perfect yet. You know, and we probably will never be. But the thing about it is to connect on each level, feminine and masculine, and figure out if you want to be feminine or masculine. That's where we are right now, man. Some people want to be women, some people want to be men. The only downfall to trans life is, you know, eventually you die. Shifting your organs and all that cool stuff, you know, just to look good. And just like a 80% living chance, you know. But still we have rights as human beings, you know, and beauty is in the eye of all beholders, not just one.
Na verdade, galera, tudo é muito triste isso que aconteceu, que acontece até hoje no mundo do entretenimento, nas TVs. Eu quero que você deixe seu comentário aqui, tá bom? Se você quiser uma próxima parte, deixa aqui também. Que Deus abençoe vocês e a família de vocês. Se inscrevam no canal Rafael Ferpa, eu vou deixar aquele grande abraço. É nóis!